I currently have 2 containers with chrysalises and caterpillars, and as you can see, I've got one that just hatched, and I still have a chrysalis up from one of the last hatchings I had. I checked on this guy because I knew he was going to hatch today, and I did a few things, and less than 5 minutes later I came back and he had already hatched. So here he is, or she, I don't know yet. As you can see, when they first come out, they're kind of you know, their abdomen is quite swollen, and they don't really look like the beautiful butterflies that fly around. They just look kind of frumpy, I guess would be a good word to describe them. But the reason their abdomen is so fat looking is because that's where all the fluid is stored that goes into their wings. And there's usually a little bit of excess fluid, so after their wings are fully pumped up, they'll you know, they'll dispel the fluid. So here we are. It's quite fascinating to think that, you know, a caterpillar sheds its skin and makes this chrysalis and just comes out something totally different. It just is mind-boggling to think that God could make such an awesome creation. You know, I mean, puppies just grow up into dogs, and cats, you know, kittens grow up into cats, and, you know, birds, I mean, they hatch out of eggs, but they're always just birds, and, you know, and caterpillars become moths and butterflies, and it's just really neat to think about that. They start as one thing and end up something totally different. See if I can gently move this without it shaking too much here, maybe. They hang like this to allow the wings to, or the fluid to go into the wings. It's so beautiful. And it doesn't seem to take too long once they come out, you know, for the wings to start to unfold, and the abdomen is already starting to look a little, I don't know if you can tell, but the abdomen is already starting to look a little more normal and less, you know, less fat. It happens quite quickly, actually. It's pretty neat. This is Oops, there's my mom's car. This is the view from my front door. This is where I live. Just gorgeous. And we have rose bushes right here in the front. Let's see. I have the macro on so that this stuff might be blurry. I don't know. And here's the butterfly. Again. It just happens so quickly. I mean, you know, I don't even think it takes 15 minutes probably from the time they first, break out of their chrysalis till their wings are fully filled with the fluid. So, just trying to, as you can see, its wings are already looking more like wings and not just so crumpled up. It's kind of crazy to think that this big butterfly comes out of this little tiny chrysalis. And the wings are still, a little curled and things, but it happens quickly. Here. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. I don't know how good the microphone is on this camera, but standing where I am, I can hear some chickadees vocalizing, and either a hairy or a downy woodpecker. They have an extremely similar vocalization, so without looking at them I can't tell which one I'm hearing, but I'm hearing one of those off in the distance. And of course I'm hearing some kind of bugs singing. And a jet overhead. I love living where I do and being able to experience the sights and sounds of nature. I truly am blessed to live in an area where I have wildlife in my yard. I can raise these caterpillars. I live on a dirt road, not concrete. My neighbors aren't extremely far away, but they're close enough, but they're not so close that if I go outside and throw a rock or something, I hit their house. Not that I would ever do that, but you know what I mean. I love living out in the middle of nowhere. At least when it comes to being able to enjoy nature. It's not always so fun driving on the back roads and in the winter time when there's a lot of snow, but that's part of the life in New England.